All right, y'all, we are back again. And like I said yesterday, we are going to be talking about the lockdown and extraction play and the feedback that EA apparently wants for this game. Hey, I'm mentally preparing to have solo be blasted in my face. Like every answer, solo, 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 solo. We've made so many videos on why solo would not work in this, what does it say? PvPvE multiplayer mode. It doesn't say PvE single player mode. It doesn't say single player mode, period. It says this right here. That's why solo does not work. It was never intended for solo. Solo was not on their agenda at all. The reason why we got solo lobbies is because the game came out broken. That's why. The game was broken and they quote unquote fixed it. Sure. We can't prove that it's not fixed. So I guess it is fixed. But the reason why you could even go to solo and people got used to solo is because the game was broken. Anyway, let's get into it. Right here, we have brought back the notes. I just feel it helps me remember what the questions are, and it helps you guys remember what they are as well. So we got these questions right here. What are your thoughts on the new lockdown mode so far? How did the PvPvE and extraction features land with you? Are you still enjoying playing it? Now, I'm going to answer these real quick before we get into everybody else's, just because I feel like every time we do these type of videos, yes, y'all already know a lot of the opinions that I have due to previous videos coming out before these feedback videos come out, but I don't really answer the questions. So I'm just going to go ahead and do them. The thoughts on the new lockdown mode, easily one of the best things they could have added into this game. It is the only racing game in the history of racing games that is doing something like this. This is something that you would expect out of Forza before you would expect out of Need for Speed, if that makes sense, right? Because Forza is always doing these wacky things, right? With the track creator, hide and seek, all those sort of things, right? Like mini games. And this right here is sort of a mini game, but it does not have the happiness and smiles and flowers that Forza has on their mini games, right? Like hide and seek, playground games, all that sort of stuff. It's happy, it's cheery. This right here is gritty, risk and reward. This is what should be in the game. This right here is a game mode that has the Need for Speed spin on Forza's playground games, and I love it. Easily one of the best decisions they could have made. Easily one of the best volumes they have ever dropped. Easily one of this game mode makes the games amazing. How did the PvPvE and extraction features land with you? Hey, I love risk and reward, and I feel that this game was missing that aspect the entire time. There was literally nothing in this game except maybe Hot Pursuit that actually had a real risk and reward sort of aspect to it, right? So I am glad that they finally put something like this in the game, and something where we can actively engage with other players. I mean, besides racing, right? Racing is cool. That's what you get a racing game for. But I do feel that there does need to be, something else that we can do besides racing. Everybody gets tired of racing at some point. Maybe you were playing PvP and people are just bugging you, they're crashing you out or touching you, all that sort of stuff, and you just get tired of racing. Now there is something else that you can do. Yes, it has racing in it, but you don't have to do those races to have fun. You don't have to do a lot of the other stuff. You can literally just drive around and escape the cops. And so honestly, I enjoy it. I know a lot of people, they prefer solo. They prefer, being by themselves. They would prefer if it was just the cops, the AI with them. But hey, sometimes you just gotta acknowledge that multiplayer is their priority. Single player is obviously not the priority. I don't know why people are still surprised at this point. There have been so many volumes and so many cars that they do not add to single player, and you guys are still confused that they did not add the biggest game mode into single player. If they didn't add Hot Pursuit, if they weren't gonna add Drift and Drag, why would they add Lockdown? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would they add something like that? You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's advertised and designed to be PvPvE. I've had a few problems with griefers, but at the end of the day, I realize I'm an adult and I can literally just turn off my game. I'm not going to come on the internet and cry about it. I mean, if it's really bothering me that much, I'll either not play Lockdown and I'll play something else, or I'll just back out. I'll turn my game off so I don't lose my extraction streak and hop into a new lobby. I'm not going to sit on the internet and cry. Like, I'm an adult, dude. Like, it doesn't really make any sense, right? The extraction features are cool. Yes, people will go out of their way to extract every truck. If you don't man up and go try and take that truck, like, come on, man. If it's one person that is taking every single truck so that y'all cannot escape, go knock him out. Why are y'all just letting him take the trucks? Go knock him out. And if you lose, hey, it is what it is. Either you can close your game down, go find another lobby, or just don't play lockdown. That's really all, honestly, how it is. Am I still enjoying playing it? I will be 100% honest with you guys. I have not seriously played Unbound since before the Need for Speed League, to be honest. I just don't have the time. If I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, the gameplay that you guys see is the only time that I hop on Unbound. If I'm not streaming, and I don't even really stream anymore, right? The only time that I actually hop on this game is to get gameplay for my videos. So like now, right? Yesterday's video, I had no gameplay. Today's video, I'll have no gameplay, so I'm not hopping on the game. I really just don't have the time. But if I did have the time, I think that this game mode is cool, but it's not a game mode that is 100% evergreen with players that have been playing the game since day one, right? Hot Pursuit is evergreen. I call that evergreen content because it's different every single time. And there's always something that you can get out of that, right? Lockdown, there's nothing I personally can get out of Lockdown. I have $1 billion, right? So I don't need money. Literally $1 billion, and I don't need money. I have all the Blacklist cars, multiple of the Blacklist cars, right? I got 3 GTRs, 3 Mercedes, multiple of those cars, right? I got like 4 Porsches or whatever. So that's done. And the custom cars, those don't really, like, they don't fuel my fire like how the Blacklist cars did, if that makes sense. So I just think that for me and for veteran players, that once they get all the cars and they have money, more money than they can ever use in this game's life cycle, I feel that they're probably the ones that are not going to be playing the game as much. However, the people that, you know, just enjoy the bike, the people that want to escape the cops, they want to grieve, the people that need money, like the newbies, everything like that, they're going to continue playing this game mode. And those who do love I almost said Modern Warfare. Oh my goodness. Most Wanted, Razor, the M3, GTR, all those sort of cars, those are the guys that are going to continue playing this game mode. So those are my answers for these 3 questions. Let's see what you guys have. Alrighty. I love this mode so much. Really brought me back to Need for Speed and Unbound, which I never actually played online after completing the story mode. Had a couple weeks of max fun with my pal. Actually, one of the best experiences I had playing this franchise. And so this is not a dig at this person, but everybody that only plays the story mode in every single Need for Speed, you literally do it to yourself. Like, you guys are the type of guys that will say, oh, this game has no content, this game is boring, all that sort of stuff, but you literally only play single player when the game is designed to have multiplayer first. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad that this brought them to multiplayer, because now, and this is right here, this is proof right here, that if you would get out of your shell, who cares if you don't have friends? Who cares? A lot of people that are on multiplayer don't know you. They don't care that you don't have friends. Nobody cares, I promise. If you would just step out of your shell and stop doing it to yourself and actually experience multiplayer, hey, I'm telling you, just like this person, they loved it so much. They only played single player, but this brought them to multiplayer. I'm telling y'all, man, it's fun. I actually find it pretty balanced between fun and challenging. It's not always easy to get away with, but if you learn all the tricks, it does get easier, and that's what it's supposed to do, right? I would say, you know what? This is what I would say. I would say that Lockdown does not, it never gets easier. You just get better. That's what I would say about Lockdown. It's still the same thing every time you hop in, same cops, same time for the Lockdown, same races, all that sort of stuff, griefers, all that. You just get smarter with your decisions, and you get better with what you do. You get better at finding money. You get better at evading cops. You get better at evading the lockdown zone. You get better at getting to the bike first. You get better and better and better, and you have extraction streaks. So now you can start with S plus cars. Now you can start with the bike, things like that, right? So I do agree here. And I haven't been playing lately due to a few free time and problems with my PC, but I'm looking forward to getting back. Same, man, I just don't have the time. I love to see some different cars in the lockdowns to extract. When you extracted all the cars you liked, it becomes a little repetitive and you only play to earn money, which is great, but I find extracting cars more exciting. Would love to see a weekly ride rotation. I mean, I can understand that. I do have a video coming out, y'all, that is talking about Lockdown, but it's talking about what they can add to make it better in the next game off rip, as opposed to, you know, trying to add it now and everything. So if you guys have any suggestions, Let me know. I'm probably going to make a community post on it as well just to get y'all's feedback on it. But just let me know down in the comments below. Lockdown is a cool idea, but the structure is kind of messy and it loses appeal pretty hard once the blacklist has been cleared. It's currently a novelty and needs a lot more iterations if this is to become a standalone and replayable multiplayer mode. And I agree somewhat with this. The reason why, and I said this in the last video, I think, the reason why there's so much RNG is because they did not want people to play this game mode and be bored with it off rip. Because remember, these updates only come out, what, every 3 to 4 months? This game mode is intended, this entire update is intended to last us until the next update, if they even drop one. I think they're going to drop a Volume 10, but remember that these game modes that are coming out, they are intended to last us until the next update, right? So that's why I feel there's a bunch of RNG that you cannot get the blacklist cars by doing missions. You can't do it. You're supposed to spend time and time and time to get these cars. That way you can, and that way it's not stale. It never gets stale. But with that comes, you know, RNG. Some people can get every single blacklist car in the first 15 matches. And some people like myself, it took weeks to get all the blacklist cars. So that's just, you know, that's what comes with RNG, right? But I do agree they may need a little bit more finesse in lockdown, you know, to make it a little bit cleaner, a little bit more exciting, and also to make sure that people, once they get the blacklist cars, they actually have something else better to do, right? Lockdown is good, still rough around the edges, which it is. A bit of scrolling on the subreddit or on YouTube will tell you why. PvPvE is fun as long as there's no cheaters. The least that they could have done is implementing a server-side anti-cheat that at least detects blatant cheaters. I've had a lot of fun in lockdown and put about 35 hours into it. That was a month ago. Now I don't really see much of an incentive to play it because I've extracted all the blacklist cars and some other hard to unlock cars as well. See, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have the replay value. It's not evergreen content. Hot Pursuit is evergreen content because it's always different every single time that you play. You're going against new people. You're going against different people and how they play. You have different teammates, all that sort of stuff. You have the pursuit tech. So it's always something new. And that's why I feel that Hot Pursuit was overall better than Lockdown. Lockdown is bigger, of course. Lockdown is more intense. And actually, it's not. Now that I think about it, Lockdown has more stuff going for it, especially with the nostalgia that they love to inject you guys with. But Hot Pursuit, I feel, just did it better, if that makes sense. Especially since people have wanted to play as cops for a long time and they brought it back. Yeah, man. And with the cheaters right here, yeah, I've noticed a lot. Like, Volume 9 has to be the worst. Like, the cheaters have gotten so bad in Volume 9, it's ridiculous. I never thought it would get to this point, but it has gotten to that point, y'all. Like, it is insane, man. It's insane. Alrighty, so we need a rear view mirror option. Okay, that's not what they asked, but sure. And they didn't ask about this either. The RNG for blacklist car. Okay, first of all, Lockdown is very enjoyable, so well done, Kaizen. You cook. There are only 3 things I would improve on. The RNG for blacklist cars, at least 1 guaranteed per match. No, y'all want it easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. I don't understand, man. Like, you guys ask for something to be harder, and then when it's harder and you don't get it immediately, now you want it to be easy. But then you also get on Forza for giving you cars the easy way, and you say, oh, that's too easy. But when you don't get a car as easy, like in Lockdown, now it's a problem. I've never understood why people complain about something like RNG. Yes, it's annoying, sure, but is it hard? No. I 100% get it. I was in a situation with these blacklist cars. I have countless videos on here giving you guys updates on my progress. It took, I can't even tell y'all how long it took. It took weeks, multiple weeks to get 1 blacklist car. Taz's blacklist car took multiple weeks to get 1, right? So I understand that the RNG can be annoying. It can be frustrating, all that sort of stuff, right? But the thing about it is it's not supposed to be easy. Lockdown is not supposed to be easy. At least 1 guaranteed per match. Are you serious? No, really. The races. When I finish, time is money, and I immediately want to get back to looting as much as I can and break away from the race once I finish. This I do agree with, because why do we have that animation? It's possible 100% that they could have a race where you're not in that animation. The reason why I know that is possible is because if you leave the race before it ends, then you're immediately back just like that. You are immediately back. So I don't understand why there is that little animation that plays where you can't control your car and you're waiting for everybody else. I don't care about that. Now, if you are in a regular race where you have a playlist where everybody needs to finish, then I understand. But in lockdown where it's only one race, why am I waiting on other people? You see what I'm saying? This one is more of a nitpick, but last piece of feedback would be for the extraction truck. I would suggest letting it slow down greatly. No, absolutely not, man. The truck is already as slow as it could possibly be without being too easy. And on top of this, man, if you can catch the truck with that Honda Civic, which is the worst car to chase a truck in, then you can 100% catch it with every other car in the game. There is no excuse at all. It's already hard enough at that speed, and people are keeping up with it. You got like 4 teams on the truck. So imagine if it was slower. Heck no. And I mean, plus y'all have to remember that they buffed the trucks. They buffed the truck spawns. The truck spawns more now because y'all were complaining. Before, when lockdown, before the first patch, that truck was spawning a couple times. That truck spawns so much now, it's ridiculous. It's actually super easy now. They're talking about a bug. Really fun, and it's probably the best game mode in the game, though there are some bugs that can get in the way. Yeah, I have had this happen before, the extraction truck going under the map, or like going into water, or like going into the walls. I've had that happen, and that is annoying. Thankfully, the trucks do spawn more, so you can always get another truck unless it is the last truck. That has not happened to me, but I've seen videos on Reddit where the last truck is glitched and they're cooked. They literally have to, they have to close their game out, so I understand. Mostly balanced though, could use some improvements, such as making the VHA a bit more fragile and do less damage to give players with slower cars a chance to fight back. No. Why would you make an S plus car, which is built for speed, more fragile? That doesn't even make sense. And do less damage? Dude, if they're hitting you at 200 miles per hour, of course they're going to do a lot of damage to you. That's just how the game goes. That's not even in a VHA thing. That is a car thing, right? Same thing with the cops. If a Raptor hits you, if you're going this way and a Raptor hits you like this and T-bones you, you are taking damage. That's not just a Lotus thing, bro. So, no. I feel like people just want the Lotus to just be nerfed, bro, but I don't think that's going to happen. If you're in a slower car, you have to ask yourself why you're in a slower car. If you didn't extract or if you got crashed out or something like that, then I'm not going to lie to you that 9 times out of 10 it's your fault. So you have to ask yourself, why are you in a slower car? Why are you not in an S plus car where you can escape? You see what I'm saying? Why are you not on a bike? There things like that, right? While I'm still enjoying lockdown, the game mode can feel a bit stale after a while. Yeah. Alrighty. Not necessary. Can we please get rid of the top speed limiter? Oh my goodness. No. I don't think they're going to do this just because this is here for a reason. This is guaranteed here for a reason. I do feel that if the cars were to go over this, the game would break. I don't think the game can handle over 245 miles per hour exactly. And that is why, or you know what, an extended time past 245 miles per hour. I think the game would actually break, and I think that's why they nerfed it right here. PvP against others was exciting. Random races in the middle were interesting, but I still think the cops should be more of a threat. Even in free roam, I think they're weak. Maybe let other players join as cops. Heck no. Absolutely not. Let it, bro. Hot Pursuit is already terrible, right? Having players as cops is terrible, especially because you cannot defend yourself, right? Granted, in lockdown, you do have the ability to pick up the power-ups, so you can defend yourself. But it would be, so you're telling me you want players as cops, you want AI as cops, which is already annoying. Then you have the lockdown zone, which is giving you damage. You have the player cops can use abilities, so it's like Hot Pursuit on crack. And then you have players who are not cops, who are just trying to get you for no reason. So you have griefers, player cops, AI cops, and the lockdown zone, which is doing damage to you over time. That, like, y'all be asking for stuff, but if it were to actually be a thing in the game, I guarantee y'all would complain. Because you got to think about it, right? This guy's not complaining, so not him. But you got to think about it. People are already asking for solo, right? People are already saying lockdown is too hard. People are already saying that it's not fair. So imagine if you were to allow players to join as cops. That would kill the game mode for a lot of people, including myself. I think that because Hot Pursuit can get annoying very quickly, and there's not nearly as much on the line in Hot Pursuit as there is in Lockdown, where you have a stupid amount of money, right? You have a bunch of cars. So I don't know, bro. Lockdown is really fun, but the bugs where extracted cars do not appear, I do agree. Like this right here, it really does suck because there's no fix for it. That needs to be fixed. A single player Lockdown version would be wonderful. No. I lost the reason to play after the blacklist cars. Understandable. Undead said, okay. I enjoyed the new Lockdown mode. To be honest, my experience with Need for Speed Unbound, mostly story mode. See, y'all gotta get out of that habit. I don't know why y'all do that. Wasn't very good compared to previous Need for Speed titles. Lockdown mode, however, brought me back to the game. It was very enjoyable. Y'all gotta get out of single player, man. Y'all gotta, like, I don't know, man. Y'all gotta get out of single player. I don't even know what to call you guys. Like, you guys just sit in single player all day. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me see if I can find this video real quick. I have a video that I put on Reddit, right? Oh, not Reddit. My Discord. Oh my goodness, people type all the time here, man. Like this right here. Okay. So this is what you got. This is what y'all do all day. This is what y'all do all day, which is kind of crazy, bro. Y'all sit in single player and do this. Look at this. Never mind, because apparently it's just not gonna load. All right, so I had to re-upload the video, right? But this is what you guys do. This is what you guys do in single player, right? So you just drive around. You just drive around and do stuff like this. Now this right here, this is very boring to me because there's literally no point, right? There's no point to this, in my opinion. But this is why, and y'all say the game is boring, but this is what you do all day. Like you'll load up the game, and then you'll just do stuff like this, and then you'll say that the game is boring. Y'all gotta get out of single player. I don't know why so many people that have good access to the internet, right? Not the people that cannot get online. That's different, because you can't help that, right? But all of y'all that can help that choose to not go to multiplayer, and y'all say the game is boring and stuff, that's why. Because you just drive around all day. You race AI all day. Like come on, man. Y'all actually got to get out of your shell. Enjoy the new modes that they put in the game, man. Enjoy them. Lockdown mode. And look, you literally have proof right here. He enjoys the new lockdown mode. He was stuck to single player, and then boom, lockdown mode, and now he's happy. And I can appreciate this. As much as I would prefer to have Lockdown solo just to get the blacklist cars, I understand why that would have not have been ideal for what Lockdown was meant to be. Exactly. See, I can appreciate somebody like this who, he has his opinion, but he understands why it's not that way. This is what the community, people like him, need to run in the community, 100%. Since completing the speed pass and collecting all the blacklist cars, I have moved on to other games. Understandable. I mean, that's just how it is. Interesting concept, just held a bit down by a bit too much RNG. Sure. And some problems the base game already suffers from, like the cop AI. Speaking about AI, Lockdown still doesn't make the cops at least feel scary. Not to be that one guy who goes, sure, but I feel like the devs should take notes from Chase AI from other games like Watch Dogs to improve them. It's alright, it's a time killer. I don't play it all the time, but I have fun when I do. I'm trying to find like some juicy ones. Yep, okay, great mode, a lot of fun, super intense, very rewarding with cars and money. The fact that you can lose your car for 24 hours in the mode and lose all the money you earned raises attention. Facts. That's how it should be anyway. This should have been in the game when you get caught by the cops in free roam. because it's so easy to get away from them. This is what should have happened. If you were to get busted, you lose your car for 24 hours and you lose all the money that you had. I feel like that would have been amazing. Nothing to complain. RNG is equal for everyone. And right, equal for everyone. Y'all are complaining about this RNG, but y'all are not understanding that everyone is going through that. Everybody is going through the struggle, the pain. Everyone. Like, and it's possible to collect all the blacklist cards. It's possible because this guy has done it. So many people in here have done it. I've done it. So it's possible, man. It was fun for 1 or 2 months, but I went back to playing Hot Pursuit Remastered after I collected every blacklist card, had all the cards I wanted, and also didn't see a reason to keep playing. Yeah, understandable. But I mean, like, because they're talking about replayability, the raw competition and skill aspect, bro. You go against some good people in Unbound, they will smoke you alive. So the skill aspect in the raw competition, that's there in Unbound. I would say like Zinker right here has probably just not put the time in Unbound to actually be in the setting where people that are fast will glance his way. And what I mean by that is, like, he's probably not in the community, not this basic one, right? But the one where all the fast people are, where they will actually give you competition and give you and show you how far you are from the actual skill level that they're at, right? So thrilling cop chases, that's in Hot Pursuit, that's in Unbound as well. Able to play as a cop with all these exotics and hypercars. Now that is missing, and that was a missed opportunity in my opinion, so I do agree there. The high speed and map design work well with the gameplay. Unbound is lacking in the car classes and overall gameplay balancing. Nah, I don't think so. Every game is going to have meta, so there's no point even arguing that. Every single game, all y'all's favorite older Need for Speed games have meta. Whether you want to admit it or not, there's a best car that you can use, there's a best racer car that you can use, and there's a best police car that you can use. And you cannot lie to me and tell me there's not, because I've seen them. So, no. Unbound is lacking the car classes. I mean, B, A+, S, and S+ is pretty nice. You got muscle cars, JDM, hypercars, exotics, regular cars, whatever you want. So I think the only thing that's missing are like minivans and stuff. So I think, I don't know, deleted. What do they? Okay. Make solo mode for lockdown. I would love to see these replies. Yeah, it would take away the risk and reward, because what are you risking? There's no risk. Like, oh my goodness. This right here does not work, by the way. This right here, it doesn't, yeah, this does not work, y'all. Let me see how long the first portion of this before I cut was. It was 22 minutes. Okay. He's talking about the speed pass. Sometimes it can be frustrating that you want to extract the blacklist card or just the card that you want, and someone comes and destroys you just for the fun of it and grief you. And sometimes these people are actual hackers. I stopped playing the game mode because I literally got all lockdown cars. And, you know, speaking of like hackers and modders and everything, they know 100% because they, first of all, they read these, right? And they've probably seen videos online, on Twitter, of hackers and all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were to implement something in the future, not in this game, but in the next Need for Speed that would help with something like this. They really do, because it is a problem. Some of the things I didn't like were, oh my goodness, okay. Being in a team doesn't matter, as everyone goes and does their own thing, except when someone is down, as you can revive each. I mean, and I told y'all this in so many videos, if you are readying up with randoms, then they're going to play like randoms. They have no obligation to you because they don't know you. You're not friends. You are random people that were put together in a lobby. So for you to expect that they're going to play like you, and they don't have their own interests in mind, and that they're going to put aside what they want in lockdown to help you out, it's pretty selfish, to be honest, because the same thing can be said about you. Why are you going this way when I want to go that way? It literally can keep going. Why are you doing this race when I didn't want to do that race? And I'm your teammate, right? But then you could say, oh, well, I wanted to do this race. Why are you not doing the race? But I'm your teammate. So nobody has any obligation to each other. The only time that you guys, that it's not really acceptable is if you guys are friends and can talk to each other and know what's going on. Then, okay, cool. But if you are partying up with randoms, then you have there's no argument for you to stand on because they owe nothing to you. You guys don't know each other. Minor bugs. And then the Hot Pursuit playlist. Yeah, that needs to come back. There are too many cars that appear in the lockups that aren't very desirable, in my opinion. Some don't look unique or good, like the pink C8 Corvette, for example. I also think that the stock unmodified cars that appear in lockups should be removed from them, except for hard to unlock cars like the Regera. I mean, brother, hey, it's either all okay or none of it's okay. That's what I would say about this part right here. I think that they put them in the pool to make it so that the RNG is not too good. That's why I think there's a bunch of cars in here. Because like you said, a lot of them are ugly. A lot of them serve no purpose. But I think it's just there to make sure that people don't get the blacklist cars too quickly or too easily. And that's what I think you said right here, like blow to the pool and everything. I can't read that. The lockdown mode is fun, but even if another team claims the extraction truck and I'm not near the EMP zone, my still gets... What? I guess I still get destroyed? I doubt that. How do you still get destroyed if you're nowhere near the EMP zone? What does that even mean? If you're by the extraction truck and you're not extracting on that truck, get away from the truck. My car still gets destroyed. You could have edited this one, brother. Yeah, this right here, Cap. I love it. It brings an adrenaline rush to you as you're trying to escape other players and cops. It felt good. Right here. Are you still enjoying playing it? I am. However, I'd love to see some story DLC to celebrate Need for Speed Most Wanted. Oh my goodness. What? Okay, hold on, bro. Here's the thing, right? Why would they release a story DLC that doesn't even talk about their own characters that they've brought into the story? Y'all see what I'm saying? Why would they release a story DLC that has nothing to do with their characters? Like, this is what I'm talking about right here, where the nostalgia makes y'all make these absolutely ridiculous decisions that wouldn't even make sense to put in the game. Y'all just want it in there because you just want to be brought back to that feeling of nostalgia. Why would they put Most Wanted into the game? And the story has nothing to do with Most Wanted at all. I also want it to be centered around the legendary BMW M3 GTR as the player character. And yeah, it's here about the story from Most Wanted. Right, see? So you're telling me that you would rather have an old game come and take over what they spent their time making. Your character, Yaz, Rydell, the Grand, you would rather have a story DLC that has nothing to do with Unbound at all. And that will bring a 20-year-old game and just completely erase everything. Instead of actually having a story or DLC that goes into detail on how the Grand came to be. Why is ASAP Rocky there? Who is Rydell? What's his backstory? They could have a DLC on all that sort of stuff, but you would rather have a DLC talking about an older game, completely erasing everything that they already made in Unbound. This is what I'm talking about. This is why the community cannot progress. This right here. And this is not a dig at him, but it is a dig at what he's saying. This is why our community does not grow, because people cannot get out of this mindset. They would rather something old come and take over and completely erase something that is brand new, that they could make the time and effort and money that would go into this. They can make it to make the story actually good, to actually give descriptions, to actually give a real backstory to everybody. This right here, bro. See, this is what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, we'll go ahead and end it on this one. Lockdown as a game mode is welcomed, an exciting breath of fresh air into the game. I was struggling to return to Need for Speed Unbound for some time, but once Lockdown dropped, I put another 20 to 40 hours into it. W's, man. The PvPvE is pretty good. My only complaint is that I wish when we start races in lockdown, when you don't have a compatible car, it allowed me to select one of my other cars that would actually fit the car class of the race. And you know what? That's cool. I can understand this right here. That would probably be a really good quality of life thing right there. But I do think it might take people out of the action because everybody's going to be picking their car and everything. So that's why I feel like they didn't do that. That way, like, you just get a loaner and you're back into the action just like that. I am still enjoying it, but it's approaching a point where I believe I need something new to spice things up. Maybe a new pool of cars, maybe the aforementioned choice to use my own cars in the sanctioned races, or maybe some gameplay modifiers. And these points are valid 100%. This video is getting a little bit long, y'all, so let me know how you guys feel about it. I'm going to cut out the part where the video and the single player was not working. Obviously, I don't want y'all to watch that and waste time, right? But let me know down in the comments how you guys feel. And in tomorrow's video, I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about. I might finally go over that article talking about how they want to open it up to feedback more. Criterion wants to open it back up to feedback and open it up to the community. So we'll see about that. But if you enjoyed, make sure to go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. And I will see you all in tomorrow's video.